Hi. I'm being forced to make a video in such a nice place. This is actually Orville Redenbacher's 1984. Your demons are only as strong as the power you give them, and if your demon is a Lowe's employee trying to stop you from eating the drywall, then it still tracks. Punch him in the face. I told you people to leave comments in my YouTube comments section, and then I would reply to them in this video, and it turns out that this video is this video, so I'll be answering them in this video. Sorry about that, I forgot. Can we visit North Sentinel Island? I hope so. I would love to see the cheese balls land in person. If you had to rank the countries of the world, why would you rank France in the bottom 10? Is it not obvious? Baja Blast or Monster Energy? I can already tell this is gonna make some people hate me. Baja Blast is a D-tier soda. Motherfucker just tastes like carbonated water with like a little spritz of like LaCroix watermelon flavoring into it. It's not just the location that I was at. I have been to 3 different Taco Bells at 3 different times of the year. Just every time I've tried a Baja Blast, it just does not taste good. It's just sparkling water without the shit that actually makes sparkling water tolerable. So by that metric, Monster Energy. Monster Energy is lit. I mean, I don't know. I can't drink too many. One of the symptoms of ADHD, as I have come to know, is when you have a lot of caffeine, you actually get sleepier. And I learned that the hard way during high school when I would drink energy drinks and then pass out like an hour later. So if I'm gonna drink an energy drink, then it's for the flavor. And I don't drink energy drinks for the flavor because the flavor is typically ass. The Monster Energy is still better than Baja Blast. Fuck you. TikTok daughter or Instagram Reel son? I would get an abortion. If I had to choose, probably Instagram Reel son, because Instagram is where you get those really, really spicy memes, you know what I mean? I have a burner account on Instagram, and it's awesome because that's where all my more edgier memes come from, which I love. The downside being that you run the risk of occasionally seeing a car crash or someone getting gutted live, but you know, it's a trade-off. What's 9 plus 10? 19. Did you think I was gonna say 21? Did you think that I was just going to rely on that same fucking crutch that everyone else does whenever they hear 9 plus 10? It's fucking 19. It's not 21. Get over yourself. Have you ever been more excited for a day in your life than September 10th, 2025 when Garfield Kart 2, aka our Lord and Savior, is unleashed upon the world? Yes. Assuming this video doesn't get delayed because I am myself, I'm probably streaming the game directly after this goes live. I just kind of wish they would delay it for a day because the concept of a Garfield Kart game releasing on 9/11 would be so fucking fun. Were you a Jacksepticeye or Markiplier person back in 2015? Oh, fuck yeah, bud. I was all about the big 3. Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Markiplier. I watched all those motherfuckers probably more than I should have. They inspired me to do a couple Let's Plays of my own, actually. There's actually a channel out in the Wild West that has a couple Let's Plays I tried to do when I was 16 and sucked at so much. I had very minimal stage presence. Also, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier are like the only 2 YouTubers who I had an appreciation for as a kid that actually survived into 2025, if that makes sense, in terms of like drama or doing bad things. I feel like they're mostly okay. Huge Jacksepticeye and Markiplier person, and I wear that shit with pride. I guess PewDiePie as well, but with a little bit less pride, because do you pass the grocery cart test? I'm assuming this is referring to the test that dictates if you're actually a useful person in society by if you actually bring the cart to the cart return when you're done with it. And if that's the case, then yes, I pass it every single time. And you know why? Because I'm not a piece of shit. If you leave your cart just sitting in the middle of the fucking parking lot when you're done with it, I hope you get hit by a car on the way out. It takes like an extra 10 fucking seconds and you're guaranteeing it won't be in the way of anybody else. And I know we're living in a fucking hyper-individualist society where the cool thing is to not give a fuck about any other person and their feelings, but fuck you! Also, on the topic of shopping carts, do your carts got this shit? The fucking like coin insert things that you gotta put in? Why are we stuck in the medieval ages? When's the last time that you had change that was just sitting in your pocket? I don't know the last time because I live in 2025. Oh, but it deters people from leaving their carts around in the parking lot or them taking them. Not everywhere that I've fucking been. The topic of shopping carts just in general gets me more pissed off than I think it reasonably should. It's just, it's so easy to not suck as a person, you know? I want to see you rank American football / sports mascots by how gay they feel. That's going right into the list. I got a list of like 5 things I gotta rank by gayness still. I do still be working on that. I feel like mascots would be a very good one, especially for all the furries in my audience, which I guess is like 98% of you. The rumor come out, does Camp Is have Skibbity Riz? You know, the Big Bang was an absolutely huge cataclysmic event that started a chain reaction so large that formed all these planets together and then created life upon them, and then that life managed to evolve into a way that we could communicate and share ideas bigger than just eating shit and fucking, and we use that ability to help procreate and to build upon the world in amazing and beautiful ways. and you're using it to ask me if I have Skibbity Riz. I hope you're as disappointed in yourself as I am of you. Have you ever watched Squid Game? I have. I've only watched the first season, and from the way people have been reacting online, it sounds like I'm not missing anything else. What's your favorite type of celery? None. I fucking hate celery. Surely that's a food opinion we can like all agree is based, right? Like, okay, I can take the defeat that me not liking coconut is weird, and I'm assuming that I'm gonna get a bunch of flack for not liking Baja Blast, but it's fucking celery. Celery tastes like the inverse of nothing. I always hear that stat that's like technically celery is negative calories because you burn more calories than it actually gives you from eating it. And it's like, okay, it's 2025. Has science gotten far enough where you can have the same properties in a food without it tasting like shit? What are your thoughts about Brazil? I absolutely love how passionate y'all are. You are lit. I'm also intimidated by your W play skills. Every time I look at Sao Paulo, it just gets even more intimidating. Do you have any art that you have of your avatar that you particularly like? And if so, would you share it? Fuck yeah! I'm always down for a little bit of making myself the center of attention. Right beside my head right now is gonna be a bunch of shit. I'll decide what I put there after I film. But I got a lot of good shit with this avatar, and also something with the new avatar in a second. Did I say new avatar? Shh, I didn't. When new camp? New camp is coming soon. Are you still going to switch over to your new avatar and persona? It looked really cute, and I've been curious about it. Yes, I swear to God. I'm sorry, I made a community post about this. August has been a fucking hell of a month for me and a couple other people, so we're still actively working on getting that going. We're gonna do a silly reveal video in a larger video that I'm currently working on. Part of it is already shot. We just have to really get down to the grindstone. Probably after I'm done shooting and editing this video, we'll probably get the rest of that done. And then Camp 2.0 will be available for all to see. Unless you're following my Blue Sky or in my Discord, then you've already seen it. What's your opinion on the current time of day? What time is it? It is 10 p.m. Cool. 10 p.m. is cool. It's normally the time when I start talking to a lot of my friends in voice chat. I kind of feel like I live a double life at points because I have like my work life and I have friends who live in Europe that are normally on during the day. And then all my North American friends are on really fucking late at night. It's a good time of day, I would say, for that. Even if it's not, I tend to think better at night. My brain is in a fucking Australia time for some reason. 10 p.m. is a lit time, I would say, overall. $1 or $2? Oh, $1 easy, motherfucker. Think about it. It's passive income. You take the lower number and then you invest it, and then eventually you'll end up getting the $2 anyway. And maybe more. I don't know. If you could control a hive mind, what would their first task be? That's actually a really thought-provoking question, because I could really do a lot of stuff. I could honestly help steer people into a direction that could help end poverty or cure world hunger or just find a way to construct world peace in an environment that's so hectic and crazy. I make them all eat a single burger. There's no reason, I'm just hungry, that's what came to mind. American land yacht cars from 1966 to 1970 are the best car ever made for road trips and daily driving. You're damn right they are, I'm assuming, I don't know. Land yacht car, what the fuck is a land yacht? Okay, land yachts just, they look like old cars. You know what? Entry 89, we're putting this in pretty gay. What is this, a crossover episode? When you enter a room, what song would you play? Probably this song by Aya, whatever. It's called I Am the Pipe I Hit Myself With, and it is, I think, the definition of scaring the hose music. I have no idea what the fuck it is that makes trans femme people just the best in music, but they are. I don't make the rules. Listen to Merzbow Woodpecker No. 1 from start to finish without skipping. Alright, time for me to listen to this fucking song. Ow. Wham, 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 wham. Ooh, my left ear's loving this. Hey, yo, we getting mono? As in, like, sound-wise, not the disease? The kind of filter shit going on is really cool, actually. It kind of reminds me of the first track off of Returnal by Oneohtrix Point Never. It's a good album, by the way. You should listen to it. Maybe I'm just a psychopath, but I really love the kind of crunchy, noisy shit, you know? When artists like Clipping and Cynthoni use that kind of audio design. Wait, was that it? Damn, alright. I mean, that was number 1. Is there a number 2? This feels like getting my brain washed, dude. It's fucking lit. Did you know your taste in music is really weird? How do you mix such a combination of kind of cringe but also just really unique sounding music? For context, this user found my Last.fm profile and I'm sorry for your psychic damage. It's like I mentioned in my 2024 albums video, you know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit about genres. I listen to a wide variety of things. At the end of the day, I just give a shit about what the music makes me feel like, you know? I don't give a fuck what the genre of music is, what culture it's from, literally any of that shit. Just, I like what I like. It's as simple as that. It's the same reason that genre purists piss me off. Like on Album of the Year, which is an amazing website that I love that absolutely does not have any trolls or 14-year-olds thinking that their opinion is gospel. Every time I look at the section about Sleep Token, all I see is shit that's like, oh, this isn't really metal, and this shit sucks, they're fucking posers. And I'm like, yeah, it's not metal. why do I give a fuck? I don't like Sleep Token because they're metal. I like Sleep Token because they're Sleep Token. It's the same logic as people who were like, oh, Linkin Park hasn't been the same since the first 2 albums, and they're not really Linkin Park anymore. Shut the fuck up. They are literally Linkin Park. It is their band name. Anything else is just you being a fucking idiot. Sorry, I get passionate about this. I've been a Linkin Park fan for like 2 decades. That's all I see in the comments after they release any album. It's just that's not Linkin Park anymore. Fuck you, dude. I will happily go from like progressive metal to R&B to ambient to noise music to atmospheric drum and bass to regular drum and bass. Just, it does not matter. You know what, actually, I want to, hold on. I'm about to read you the best Last FM shout I ever got. We're all entitled to have terrible taste in music. Boards of Canada is cool as hell, but otherwise, I think your taste sucks and that's okay. You can call my library generic and pretentious or something, it's mostly true. I love this energy so much. Like, fuck yeah, my music taste is cringe. This dude's music taste is probably also cringe, but we're being cringe together and we're being true to our cringe selves. And then the one right below that, music is never bad as long as you're enjoying. What a fucking backhanded word. God, I love Last FM. It's such a shit show. I love it. Talk about modern furry music, like Whispers, Pent Up Pups, Shark Barks, like actual underground furry musicians, not just car seat headrests and like fentanyl. You got a problem with fentanyl? I ain't afraid to throw hands. Remember when I was talking about trans fan music earlier? Fentanyl is like god tier. I'm also pretty sure she'd said before that she's not actually a furry, so I mean, I don't even know if she counts, but either way, I'm gonna counter because the music's great. The artist you mentioned, Whispers is good. I haven't listened to him really much in my own time, but I saw him live at Ferality and I listened to a few songs afterwards and it was pretty good. Pent Up Pup, I hate his music so much. Real quick, after I recorded this section, I double checked their pronouns and they're actually they, them. They are not he, him. I forgot where I read that originally, but I was wrong and I apologize. I use it pretty frequently in this section, so I'm just gonna re-record it right now. I really don't like their music, unfortunately. I tried, I listened to their latest release and I was not a fan of it. I can only listen to someone describing their sexual fantasies in such minute detail, leaving nothing to the imagination before I just die. Don't get me wrong, I can be a fan of erotic music. I too enjoy the sex, but I prefer when it's a little bit more left to the imagination, it's a little bit more subtle in its approaches. Like, I don't like it to go as hard and fast as their music tends to. But once again, no shade to them as a person. I'm sure they're great. I don't know anything about them. I just do not like the music, unfortunately. Shark Barks I never actually listened to, I think, other than the one feature he had on Pent Up Pup's latest album. I'll listen to a couple more and add a little addendum with thoughts, I guess. I think Shark Barks is my favorite one out of the 3 you recommended. I just listened to their 2 latest singles. Their music is definitely the closest to the sort of stylings that I like. It's very like hyper flippy. The production is very in your face. Those are the 2 latest ones though. What's the first one? God, that bass is so good! Yeah, okay, I definitely gotta dive into more of their stuff. They seem really cool. It's time for what? See, once again, you're not quite understanding the format here. Twinks or bears? You can refer to literally every other comments video that I've done. When are you going camping and what do you harvest? I'm going camping right now and I am going to be harvesting trees because I'm burning them down or whatever the reply to your comment said, I forget. What's your favorite noise and why is it a clicker? Motherfucker. Okay, for those of you who don't know what this motherfucker is talking about, I stream on Twitch pretty infrequently. It varies between about weekly and every 2 years. One of the things you can do is actually play sound effects in the stream using channel points, and one of the possible options that I added recently was a clicker sound effect. I forget entirely why. It turned into a little bit of a meme in my friend group, so I was like, haha, funny, why not? So I added it, and then I forgot it was there and didn't stream for 2 months. First stream back, I start playing, and then I immediately start getting spammed with it. Every single sound effect is 75 points, which is really easy to get. It's like you watch the stream for 5 minutes and you get that many points. So it was just constant, just random clicker noises till I eventually just had to fucking time out and just crank the amount up. No more clicker, y'all couldn't behave. It's sitting at 500 points right now, but there is a channel point reward for 5,000 points that will reduce the price down to 200 for the remainder of whatever stream it is I'm doing. But anyway, funny side tangent aside, favorite noise. Favorite actual noise? The sounds of crickets and shit make me all nostalgic. It's pretty pog. What topic would you do on the podcast? I know most gays barely have the ability to read or write. True, but I would be curious to know what and how you would tell a story to the guys from San Francisco. First of all, thank you for the base joke that only a few people are probably going to get. One of the ideas that I had for a potential episode was about the SpongeBob AI stream. If you remember, like a couple years ago, back when the AI boom was really starting at the very beginning of 2023, there was this random stream that just popped up out of nowhere and just started broadcasting AI-generated SpongeBob episodes, and they were all about like communism and doing tax fraud and like beating the shit out of people. At one point, SpongeBob told Patrick that he was pregnant, and Patrick said, "How can you be pregnant? You're not even a guy." So that changed my life forever. But there was a surprising amount of drama that happened and like quite a bit of a rabbit hole to go down. So I have considered making an outline for that before. I don't know if it will quite make the runtime of the podcast, and I also know that the general consensus on AI, including my own, has changed a lot since then. But if I had to do a podcast episode, that's probably where I would go first. Who is your favorite Disney princess and why? The correct answer is whatever the fuck that says. For my actual answer, I am simply going to say Princess Leia from Star Wars, because I feel like that'll piss people off and it'll be funny. What are your suggestions when taking a picture of a fursuiter? What should you ask them, etc.? I don't fucking know. I've been to 2 furry conventions in my entire life, and I didn't take any photos of anyone because I didn't really, care, I guess. It's the same thing for me as, like, taking photos of cosplayers and shit. It's like, I can see the appeal, I see why people would do it, but for me, I don't know, I just don't, like, I'm sorry I can't be much help. I'm a poser. I'm sorry. Wouldn't it be funny if I asked you all the questions from my other Q&A video? Yes, it would, but please, 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 God, don't. You already took up half of my last comments video. I can only fear what'll happen this time. JK, actual question. What do you think about the VR Chat Film Jam? I learned while I was recording this that the director of the thing I worked on publicized it, so I can just tell you right now. And then I learned right after recording that he actually publicized it by mistake, so you're just gonna have to wait. Whoops. Even Eigen, the person asking this question, also did a thing too, and they also did a good job. I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I'll watch it afterwards. If I don't like it, I'll take this part out. Shakespeare's Sonnet 60. I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you, or I'm sorry that happened, though. I think 2 is a funny number. 2 does kind of look funny. It looks a little bit sus. So if 1 is the loneliest number, and 2 is the funniest number, and 3 is the magic number, what is 4? I bet that's a question science and mathematicians still have yet to answer. I don't know anyone who's good at math. They're all scared of it. Cabin in the woods or cabin by the sea? Cabin in the woods sounds nice, but I feel like I'm more likely to die there. Cabin by the sea, definitely. I like your voice. Can you read my Trump x Biden fanfiction? Why the fuck would I do? Why do you think I would want? You know why he calls him Sleepy? It's because when he wakes up in bed, Joe is always still sleeping after him. Donald loves seeing Joe's face when he sleeps. The way his eyes softly move as he slowly begins to wake up. Seeing Joe's muscular body move around in the bed when he sleeps, it gives him comfort knowing that even after a long day of pretending to hate Joe, he can always come back to his embrace. It happens a lot, you know? After a long, cold day, Donald is always pleased when he can come home to Joe making him a loving and fully made warm meal with some nice hot peppermint tea. Oftentimes, the two will cuddle on the couch watching reruns of The Apprentice and Parks and Rec. They'll both have their warm cup of tea with a comforting warm glow from the fireplace. It helps keeps Joe's arms and Donald's feet warm, but it warms their hearts the most. During the summers, I often go up to their cabin in northern Ontario. It's usually cold enough for them to live life comfortably. Joe will often be the driver when they go out for a nice game of golf. Sometimes they both take a boat out onto the lake and drink wine while reading French poetry to one another. But after a long day, when they come back to the cabin, their favorite thing to do with each other is to just listen and see the nature around them. The crickets cricketing, the owls singing, and the distant sounds of wolves howling. It's comforting to them, because they always see animals in pairs. They know that, even after this life, they will live on to find and love each other in another. I need to take a fucking shower. What the hell did I just read? Is it gay to be Arrow Ace? I don't fucking know. I'm at the point now where it's just like, everyone can do whatever the fuck they want, and I support it completely, but I don't know the fucking labels at all, or what they mean anymore, and I don't care. Like, I don't know if it's technically gay, but like, it's obviously not straight. I think it's entirely up to you. If you use just gay as the blanket term for all the LGBTQISNOP, I think that's fine. If you're more strict on it though, then I guess it wouldn't be gay, it would just be Arrow Ace. I don't know. You don't need to put like a bunch of different prerequisite labels on shit, right? Stop trying to divide your whole identity into just subcategories and dualities that you have to constantly restack on top of each other. You are one big important person, you fucking snowflake. I was talking to a couple friends today just to make sure that this bit in particular actually lands, and I'm not entirely sure it does, so let me just clarify my stance a bit. Labels are fine, obviously. It's how we can communicate and better understand each other and shit like that with identifiers. But for me personally, when it comes to the question of is a label something that can fall under this other label, you're just getting lost in the sauce at that point. You know what I mean? Does Arrow Ace fall under the gay category? Well, I don't particularly fucking care, because it doesn't matter if it's gay or it's straight. It's Arrow Ace. That is valid enough on its own to exist as its own thing. Like, I like bananas. Does it bug me that they're technically a berry and not a fruit? No, because it's a banana, and that's the part I care about. I'm not married to this idea, obviously. If you have a different perspective, I am completely down to hear it, and I understand completely. But as of right now, with what what I know in my life experience. That is just how I feel. TLDR, my answer to your question of is Arrow Ace gay is Arrow Ace is Arrow Ace. And that is good enough for me. How do you view your Sona and their appearance in relation to you? Is it meant to be a reflection of how you view yourself IRL? A reflection of how you view yourself IRL, an idealized version of yourself, or a completely separate entity from yourself. Talking to other friends of mine who are also furries is always a weird time because they'll have like 10 or 20 different OCs, and I'm like, how the fuck do you keep track of that? I can only have one. And I think I can only have one because I'm not that visually creative of a person. At the very least, I don't know how to fucking draw. I go over it a little bit in the members only / Patreon only video I uploaded last week and then deleted because I had a mental breakdown. And I also know I just went on the whole rant about not labeling yourself in certain ways or whatever, but I did say in the video that I am a Therian. And I say that because that's the easiest way to interface with my Furies. I don't literally think that I am a dog IRL, but I would say it's the second part of your thing. It's an idealized version of myself. Like my avatar and the art that I get is showcasing like what I feel like, you know? It doesn't necessarily match the outside, but we're living in an age where you have the capabilities for, I can just get in this fucking VR chat thing, strap a few trackers on me, and then boom, I am the ideal self. Oh, fuck, I guess I should do an outro. Wowee, what a great video, presumably. I don't know, I haven't watched it yet. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Remember to have a good day and or night, depending on what the fuck is happening. Shout out to the patrons, YouTube channel members, and Ko-Fi donors for 2025 that I'm gonna read out loud right at this moment. I'm not gonna read it right now, but it's a separate audio file that I have set up. It's a little bit of editing magic so that if the list doesn't change too much. Thank you to the patrons, Gurdon, Foxy Boy, Kylecray95, Jargy Roo, Theo Firefox, Serial Source, Mado Kalos, Beast King Barbaros, Uber Bounty, Joel, SF Serval, Squall, and Okari, as well as YouTube channel members Johnny Bryson, Stan Dan, and Theo Firefox, and 2025 Ko-Fi donors Bebo, Theo Firefox, Captain Wiggles, A Bozo, Cyril, Rock, and Kashi. Money, you can feel special for that. I got a degree in yapology. The actual cushiony part of the headset that goes on my face was missing recently, so I had to order a new one, and I decided to get it from Amazon because Steam was all backlogged and shit. What I didn't realize is that I have bought just two, like, covers that are designed to, like, prevent your face sweat from getting into the face thing, and it's just like, you're charging the same fucking price that Steam charges for the whole thing. Why am I paying 60 bucks for two pieces of fucking cloth? I love capitalism. Send tweet.